Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to talk about the latest trailer for Mary Poppins Returns. That's right, there's a new Mary Poppins movie coming out. The last movie, I believe, came out in 1960, I'm going to say 65, 66, somewhere around there. And you know what, they have a new one coming out with Emily Blunt playing the role of Mary Poppins. Dick Van Dyke is coming back in this one. Colin Firth is in it. Ben Mendel, no, not Ben Mendelsohn. I'm going to screw up on the name, so I better not say it. But there's a whole lot of characters. Angela Lansbury is in this one. She did the voice of Mrs. Potts from Beauty and the Beast. She was also popular for a TV series she did back in the 80s, I believe, and 90s, called Murder, She Wrote. My mom used to love that show. But anyways, getting on topic with this, this movie was a little wary when they announced it, because Mary Poppins, a sequel? Really? Like a remake, okay, would have made sense. But a sequel to the original Mary Poppins just seemed a little odd. And looking at this trailer, I'll admit, I really like the tone of this trailer, because it does feel like they are trying to capture the magic of the original film from the 1960s film. I really did feel that tone sneaking its way into this trailer, and I really hope they do capture it, because something that a lot of movies, nowadays, I think certain movies work better in the time period that they're made in, and it's always hard to capture the magic from a film that was like in the 60s or in the 50s or in the 70s or 80s. But obviously they've been capturing films from the 80s now with shows and movies like Stranger Things and Super 8. And then I guess you can even throw in Thor Ragnarok in there. That kind of captured some stuff from the 80s as well. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Flash Gordon. Or a little bit of Tron, I guess, too. The original Tron back from 1982. It had some vibe going there anyways. And this feels like it's capturing that tone of the 60s show, the 60s movie. And I think Emily Blunt looks great in this movie. I think she's going to do a great job. When I saw Dick Van Dyke show up, it really touched me that sounds weird. It made me happy, because obviously Dick Van Dyke is known for doing the original Mary Poppins. I don't remember the original Mary Poppins too well. I remember certain scenes, moments from it, but I don't remember the whole movie or the plot. So I might have to go back and rewatch it, and maybe I'll do a review of it closer to the time that the new one comes out. And I will say I was really happy that they had a little snippet. They had a song play in the trailer as well, which I was wondering, are they going to have new songs or old songs? And I think there was a report that said there might be a few familiar songs from the original film that might peek its way back up in this one, which is very weird, because I've been listening to Let's Go Fly Kite lately on YouTube and on some soundtracks that I have, Disney soundtracks. So it's nice that they had a little snippet of one of the new songs, I guess, that will be in this movie. I really did like seeing the animation when they went to the animation world kind of thing, kind of like what the original movie did. Where they had the penguins. They even had an animated penguin in this trailer, and it's 2D animation. You would have thought that maybe they would have, went to computer animation instead of, because computer animation is more modern. But no, they actually go back to the 2D animation, and it looks like it looks like the 2D animation of the 1960s, the animation style of that era. So that was really good. But there looks like there's some CG elements in this movie too. There was some underwater world that they go into, some underwater sequences, which look heavy CGI, computer animation almost. So it's not going to be entirely 2D, but there's going to be some other aspects to it that the original one couldn't do, which is really cool. I think That's what we want to see from this one. What can they do with Mary Poppins in the modern age? Will the story be similar to what the original story was? We'll have to wait and see. Or if they update it in some way. I know that one of the characters, the actor who's playing Michael, is Michael was a character from the original film, but he was a little boy in that film, because they even had the kite in the beginning of the trailer, which was kind of resembling what happened at the end of the first movie when the father mended the kite. So yes, I am looking forward to this movie. This movie is definitely a movie that I think is going to appeal to all audiences. This is going to be one where it's not only going to be, young people going to see it. This is going to be, kids with their parents, with their grandparents as well. This is something like my grandmother will probably want to see as well, because she's always someone that asks. My grandmother is one of those people that asks, how come they don't make movies like they used to? Because she doesn't like the Avengers. She doesn't like movies like Star Wars and stuff like that, the new modern movie. She doesn't, as she puts it, she doesn't like movies with too much Pumbaa Pumbaa. And what she means by that is she doesn't like movies with too much action. And a lot of movies, not just action, but violence as well, like violence in any form. So movies like 12 Years a Slave or The Fighter or Rocky or Creed or obviously the Avengers and Star Wars, those are not movies that appeal to my grandmother. She wants to see more movies like The Sound of Music, that's a movie she always talks about, or the original Mary Poppins, stuff like that. She wants to see musicals, and this looks like it appeals back to the old classic musicals of that era of the 60s and 70s, like Willy Wonka and stuff like that. So definitely I think this will be a big hit when it comes out. I'll be surprised if it doesn't. Maybe if reviews turn people off. But I'm hoping for good things, because sometimes we do need a little change of pace in our movies. We can't always support the superheroes, guys, or the Star Wars. Sometimes we need to support movies like this as well, especially if they are done really well. I think it's worth going to check out. So with that being said, I hope you guys comment below and tell me your thoughts on Mary Poppins Returns. Did the trailer get you on board even more so than ever before, or were you never on board and you just want to hate on this movie? Share your thoughts. There's no right or wrong answers. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and until next time, everybody, take care.